Real deal. What's the word, man? Today I got a special real deal video for y'all, man. So look, NBA Youngboy, apparently he got booked again, man, and that's not looking good for him. He was taking drugs when he was supposed to be on probation, and I don't know how this is gonna go for him. I don't know if he's gonna sit there for a minute or not, but we about to check out this real deal video and see what it entails. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, man. Roll to 5K. We're gonna keep growing and growing. We're gonna hit 1 million, 10 million, and 100 million, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna keep going with this real deal gang.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not. I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
60 charges after he was arrested in Cache County.
NBA Youngboy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct.
We are learning new details about why young rapper NBA Youngboy was arrested in Utah yesterday.
The rapper, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Galden, was under house arrest as he awaited trial on federal gun charges. Several agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, executed a search warrant yesterday morning.
September 19th, 2023.
They want him gone, man. He got a target on his
in
back.
Hiram, Utah, received a prescription called in for a 74-year-old woman named Bethel White. The physician who called provided the proper identification, but the number he called from wasn't from his pharmacy. A phone call to the suspected pharmacy would confirm suspicions. The pharmacist didn't have a patient named Bethel White, he never called in a prescription, and apparently someone's made several orders using his name that day.
Damn.
The prescription was for an antibiotic, as well as promethazine with codeine, a Schedule 5 controlled substance, and one of the most abused and sought after drugs in hip-hop. The antibiotic.
Damn, he was trying to. He went back to jail for some lean. He went back to jail for some lean and not the pills that was laying on his phone, on his floor when he posted that Instagram picture with him laying out on the floor. That's what he really went to jail for, some lean. Yo, I know you ain't go back to jail for some lean, YB. Hopefully, while you in there, you start making good music again. You stop getting off. You get off them drugs, get clean, find something to talk about, gang. Like, I don't know. This is crazy. You went to jail for some lean?
Most likely just to make the prescription less of a red flag. Law enforcement would wait in the parking lot of Reed's Pharmacy waiting for someone to pick up the order, but nobody came.
Damn.
That same day, Spence's Pharmacy in Logan, Utah received a call from the same suspect using the same physician's information. This time, 71-year-old Gwendolyn Cox needed promethazine with codeine.
Damn, they got
2
all
weeks
old
after
people
the
days.
prescription was called in, a female came and picked it up, stating Gwendolyn was her grandmother. The following month, Spence's Pharmacy received a second call requesting more lean for grandma.
Oh, so they fans been watching. They want him. They want YB. YB wanted, when you one of the ones that got a lot of power over the people, you know what I'm saying? And you just one of the ones that's up there, they try to put you down. You see what happened to Pac and Big. You see what they try to get you, bro. They try to get you, and fans been watching. They been building a case on him. They couldn't wait to catch him on something, bro. They wanted to put him back in there. They wanted to. They just want to put him back in there, bro, because they know he a threat outside.
Spence's obviously realized the 71-year-old didn't just drink a whole bottle of syrup in less than 3 weeks, so this time they requested a hard copy of the prescription with the patient.
Why
So
they
the
ain't use
suspect
another
on the
name?
phone hung up the call. Spence's Pharmacy attempted to call the number back after looking up the physician's name, only to make contact with the real physician, finding out someone's been fraudulently using his credentials. On January 17, 2024, a fraudulent prescription was called into Larry's Pharmacy in Smithfield, Utah. It was the same deal. Another elderly woman wanted lean, and when things looked suspicious, the pharmacy called the police.
But why he don't have people? I wonder if he had people doing it for him, type stuff. Like if he had people behind the fake names that he was using, he had more people, you know what I'm saying, that called it in for him and then just dropped it off to him, because how did it get traced back to him?
An agent assigned to the Cache Rich Drug Task Force would conduct the initial investigation. Obvious similarities between the reports from the different pharmacies would lead officers to devise a plan. Contact would be made, and 2 females would arrive at Larry's Pharmacy to pick up the prescription. They'd be detained, and officers would smell a strong odor of marijuana coming from the Chevy Tahoe they drove in. With the females consenting to a search, marijuana flakes would be found around the interior, along with an empty handgun case for a .45 caliber 1911.
That's not illegal.
They'd claim the marijuana wasn't theirs, and they were picking up a prescription for a friend that they refused to name. The two women would later be arrested for their role in the prescription fraud ring, and officers would discover the Chevy Tahoe they were riding in was registered out of Texas under a 24-year-old man named Kentrell Golden.
Damn.
Would be more commonly known as rap superstar NBA Youngboy.
You gotta be more smart. You sending girls to go pick up the prescription. Now they booked for something that you didn't did. Y'all gotta be more smarter about this, bro. If you were smart, if YB was smart, he would have had one of his bodyguard, like, you know what I'm saying, he would have had back to back to back. He would have had, all right, the girls go pick it up. All right, now she delivered it to a bodyguard. All right, now she delivered, well, now the bodyguard delivered it to, you know what I'm saying, the mailbox, and then somebody else go pick it up to like bring it to me. Like, I'm gonna make it so complicated so they don't know. Like, he don't fear going back to jail. He cool with it at this point.
One of the task force agents would be contacted by dispatch and informed that none other than Gwendolyn Cox needed to speak with him. During the conversation, she'd state her last name was White instead of Cox, and she'd give her birth month and date, but couldn't provide the age and wouldn't provide her address.
How you can't provide the age?
It was very clear to the agent
homework.
that Gwendolyn was using a fake voice, as this old woman sounded like a much younger male from the South. She, or he, made a statement saying, "Well, I asked her to, and she said that she'll have you call me." The terminology ax instead of ask was a dead giveaway and consistent with a southern dialect from states like Texas,
They want him.
Georgia,
They care that
and
much?
Louisiana. The following day, a person who self-identified as NBA Youngboy's business manager attempted to contact the drug task force in an effort to get the Chevy Tahoe out of the impound. During this time, the impound company suspected the vehicle may be stolen after speaking with the so-called manager, so the task force officer requested to speak directly with Youngboy.
How was it stolen?
On a conference call being recorded by dispatch, Youngboy told the task force agent the females arrested at the pharmacy were family. The agent would ask about his relations to the female and if they had his permission to drive his vehicle, to which Youngboy said they did have his permission, and he asked for his vehicle back. The agent would tell Youngboy how to get his vehicle back, and the conversation would continue when Youngboy said, "Ask him about the prescription that."
Oh, YB, come on! You would have been gravy if you would have said nothing about no damn prescription. If you would have just kept it like, yeah, bro, I let them use my truck, but I ain't know where they was going. You know what I'm saying? I let them use. Yeah, they already booked. They already booked. They already booked. You might as well.
They picked up. He paused for a few seconds before saying, "She on the fucking hospital bed. She on the hospital bed." The agent was aware Youngboy was speaking to someone else who claimed to be Youngboy's brother. The call would break up and go silent for durations of time, leading the agent to believe they were muting the call. Because Youngboy was speaking about prescriptions without being asked, showed he had knowledge of the fraudulent prescriptions.
Man, that's the only thing that got you booked.
It would also prove intent, as Youngboy attempted to further the prescription fraud by stating, "She's on a hospital bed," referring to the fake patient.
Look, y'all, this is why y'all don't do drugs, bro, because it make y'all do dumb, irrational things. Like, if he didn't care about codeine so much, he wouldn't have asked about no prescription. He would have kept it safe. He would have played it cool, but when you care about them drugs too much, you'll do anything for the high. I'm telling you.
Youngboy would also slip up using the word ax instead of ask, the same way the fake patient Gwendolyn did on the phone. And at this point, it would appear obvious NBA Youngboy was pretending to be a 71-year-old woman in an attempt to get lean. The drug task force would speak with the physician
because I said eggs. You know how many people say eggs?
And a report for how many prescriptions were successfully picked up would be made. Ann White, Beatrice White, Caroline White, Gwendolyn White, Alice White, Francine White, Francine Taylor, and Gwendolyn Cox were all fake elderly women whose names were used to pick up different amounts
of codeine. How y'all use the same last name 7 times?
Surprisingly, NBA Youngboy's own name, Kentrell Gaulden, will be used with a birth year of 1953 to pick up a 7-day supply of codeine. A juvenile would be apprehended at the pharmacy.
You don't need that much codeine. How long he been in Utah? You need that much lean? Yo, he pouring 7 lines. You need that much lean. You pouring 7. You must be pouring 7 lines of your shit. You got to. They just said a week's worth of supply, 7 cases of lean, and you asking for more. How is you asking for more? That should be all you need. That's like 10 bags of lean. That should be all you need.
Attempting to pick
These niggas be tripping, bro.
Additional calls were made using Youngboy's real name and real birth date by someone in Houston, Texas. It was discovered the same white Tahoe registered in Texas that the females were arrested in could be seen in one of Youngboy's music videos.
There you go right there.
Further investigation.
It was probably her. She probably got booked
after he was identified as the primary suspect. Rising from the trenches of Baton Rouge, Youngboy is documented to have lived in Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, California, and Utah. He's also currently on federal pretrial probation as he awaits trial for a federal gun charge for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The rap star's criminal history is not only extensive, but violent. Back in 2016, Youngboy was arrested on 2 charges of murder in Louisiana as a juvenile. The charges were eventually reduced.
That's what he made. I ain't high about it. Johnny doesn't play with Biggie Touch. I 5 on him. I'm about the drama, bitch. You slanging 9 about it. Rapping like you stepping in. I want to chop before whoever want it. Cause you know he coming, run up on you, put that bitch on you, sit in the cutter. Gotta stay up on that. Never know who out to get you. Better watch your homies. Y'all know about that.
Youngboy would be convicted of aggravated assault with a firearm, while his second charge of attempted murder was dropped entirely. This conviction alone would make him a convicted felon.
Damn, they want him bad.
In 2018, he'd be arrested for aggravated assault and kidnapping, with the kidnapping later being dismissed.
All he got is a gun charge, that's it.
A charge of simple battery, resulting in a misdemeanor conviction and 12 months of probation. In 2019, Youngboy would be arrested for marijuana in Georgia, and in 2020, he'd be arrested in Louisiana for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
All he got is gun charges.
Marijuana, possession of a controlled substance,
illegally
carrying a weapon,
so that can go out the
possession
window.
of a stolen firearm, and possession of a controlled substance.
So it's just firearms. It's just drugs and firearms. The drugs you gonna get off, bro. Drugs you gonna get off on, bro. Every drug is bro. Drugs you gonna get off on unless it's like heroin or fentanyl or something like that. But gun charge is the only thing he gotta worry about. He got 1 gun charge. They just want to book him. That's what it is. I told you they want him.
The feds would indict Youngboy for his Louisiana gun charge, and 3 years later, he'd still be on pretrial release.
Man, he been on pretrial for at least 4-5 years.
Leader of the NBA street gang. The gang itself is a group of Youngboy's associates that have been classified as a gang.
That's what that's what he was on.
And violent behavior. Youngboy's music is heavily influenced by that behavior, as he is consistently rapping about shooting and killing people, using drugs, and having a strong dislike for law enforcement. The rap star currently resides in Huntsville, Utah, within a multi-million-dollar mansion he's named Gravedigger Mountain.
Yeah, he bought it's not just the mansion, it's the whole mountain.
He needs approval to leave his home for any reason, to the point that it doesn't even matter if it's a doctor's appointment. All guests that enter Gravedigger Mountain also have to be approved by his federal probation before entering the property.
Man, they want him,
The same suspects that would be caught up attempting to pick up fraudulent prescriptions were all on Youngboy's visiting list. On April 16th, 2024, a search warrant was executed on Gravedigger Mountain. Everyone within the mansion was detained, including Youngboy, and after being read his rights, he agreed to an interview. Youngboy was asked about the presence of firearms. They trying to pock him, man. They trying to pock him. He said a gun belonging to his wife was inside, and Youngboy was asked if he ever handled the gun or if his DNA would be found on the gun. He denied that his DNA would be found, but stated 2 days earlier he had picked the gun up and moved it from an open area, placing it inside of a drawer. He'd claimed that was the only time he touched the gun, further stating his wife always has the gun within reach throughout the house. Youngboy was asked about prescription drugs in his house, and he'd state he has a prescription for promethazine.
Okay.
He provided the doctor's name who prescribed it and said he was local.
Okay.
When asked if he had any doctors in Texas, he'd say no, and continued to deny having been prescribed drugs from any other doctor.
Okay.
When asked about his associates picking up fraudulent prescriptions, he claimed to have no knowledge of their activities.
If you would have said this from the beginning on the phone call, you would be straight on, bro. He would be straight if he said this on the phone call. He would have asked about the promethazine on the phone call. He'll be out right now.
He confirmed his association with 3 of them, and when confronted about the call with the agent, he stated he didn't remember, making suggestions the agent likely spoke with his dad. But the agent would know Youngboy has a very distinct voice, and that it was in fact him on the call, as the agent later spoke with Youngboy's dad and could tell it wasn't him. Youngboy was interviewed further, but continued to be deceptive and deny knowledge of anything illegal. During the search, law enforcement found a prescription bottle inside Youngboy's bathroom within the master bedroom. The bottle was prescribed to Caroline White,
They searched
one
the
of the
shit out of
fraudulent
his
names.
Damn.
An antibiotic would be found.
You ain't
with
ripped the
Youngboy.
tag off. Why you ain't ripped the tag off? Throw it away. This they carelessness, bro. Y'all think it can't happen to y'all, bro? That's being careless.
His name, but with the birth date from 1955.
As soon as I knew I was getting raided, I'm throwing everything that I know. I'm ripping every drug up. I'm flushing shit down the toilet. I'm ripping prescription bottles off. I'm making sure they can't track nothing. And if that good got my prints on it, it's because I moved it. I got an alibi for it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you gotta be smarter.
And another bottle of promethazine would be found without a label. A handgun Youngboy admitted
He forgot one, man. He
would be
forgot
found
one.
within the master bedroom closet with an empty magazine and 1 round loaded in the chamber. 3 more bottles of promethazine would be found inside of the home, and all electronics was seized.
Damn,
NBA
they want
Youngboy was
him.
placed under arrest and charged with possession of a weapon by a restricted person, pattern of unlawful activity.
Wow, they put that charge on him just because they want him. They put that gun charge on him, and he said that only my wife had it, and I moved it because I didn't want my kids touching it. Oh nah, bro, they want him, bro. They want him for sure.
20 counts of identity fraud, 20 counts of procuring or attempting to procure a drug prescription, 20 counts of forgery, and possession of a controlled substance being marijuana or spice. Now, while it sounds like Youngboy clearly has a drug problem and was using his team to obtain them, how serious are his actual charges? For possessing the weapon and the pattern of unlawful activity, he faces up to 15 years each.
Man, that gun charge really messing with him, bro. Like, that's the only thing that's really holding him. The drug charge is okay, cause drugs, everybody do drugs, right? Like, I mean, I know it's illegal, but it just depends on the drug. Like it's certain time for it's different times for certain years. I mean, it's different years for certain drugs. That's what I mean. But that gun charge, the gun charges, boy, that's what y'all want to stay away from. That could put you in a hole. That gun charge really was killing him right now, and they threw it on him because, oh man.
Fraud and forgery carry up to 5 years in prison, while trying to get a prescription carries up to a year. Because he faces 62 charges, NBA Youngboy is facing, at maximum, a total of 250 years. But it's highly unlikely he received that sentence, as that's the max punishment on every count.
He gonna beat the drug charges. It's just the gun charge. He might beat the gun charge because he can say it's his wife's and he moved it. He might beat the gun charge, but he finna sit there for a little minute though. He finna sit there for a little minute. They not gonna try to process him, and they gonna push his trial back every chance they get. I'm sorry if my mic trash, y'all, bro. I'm gonna get a new one soon. I gotta get my funds right.
Happen is the feds will indict Youngboy again for being a felon in possession of a firearm, the same way they did after his arrest in Louisiana. If this happens, we can expect his pretrial release to be gone and Youngboy to be kept in a federal facility until both federal cases come to an end. The fact that he admitted he moved the gun is an admission of guilt, which his lawyer will have to fight to get that statement thrown out.
I mean,
on top of that, the gun was found loaded in his bedroom.
So what was he supposed to say in that instance? Like, Like, because if he said the gun was not his and they found a prints, like they took the prints on the gun and it has his prints on them, wouldn't that be worse than telling them I moved it because my wife had to just sit around with the kids because, like, you know what I'm saying, touch it? Like, I don't know what to say in that circumstance. Would you, like, is it better lying and they end up catching the prints on her, or is it better telling like a little half truth and then them don't still know it? Like, I don't know which one better for him. Like, I straight don't. Let me know down in the comments.
Closet, meaning while he may not have physically possessed it, even though he said he did, he could still be charged with constructive possession for the simple fact that he had access to it. Obviously, being placed on house arrest for years is damaging to one's mental health, and a drug addiction can blur one's mind. But we'll just have to wait and see if Youngboy's legal team is able to find sympathy while prosecutors seek punishment and a judge weighs out justice.
They want him, bro. That's all I can say, bro. They want him. They want him for sure, y'all. They want him. My bad, bro. My allergies going crazy right now, but they want him for sure, man. So let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications so you know when I drop another Real Deal video. And I'm gonna catch y'all next Real Deal video, man. Think smarter, think harder, be real deal.